Alright guys, so today I'm back in the garage with the 1985 Yamaha YTZ and I got some new parts. So let's get into what I got. Okay, so the plan of attack is to start pulling things apart here. So what I'm going to need to do is get my foot peg out of the way. So I got to disconnect it back here, take out these two bolts. So let's get on that right now. Always make sure when I pull off hardware, I try and keep it together so that way I don't lose it. Not good. Looks like chocolate milk or something of the nature. Not good. It's all coolant mixed in with the oil. Bummer. Oh, that's all kinds of goodness right there. Oh. Alright, so here's the part. You can see I got all that oil in there and it's just nasty. I spent 2 hours letting this bike drain and it didn't get everything out. It's just caked on there. So the plan is just clean it up the best I can, not go crazy on this part, and then it will come out with the next couple of oil changes is what I'm hoping. So let's get on to what the source of this problem is, and what the cause of this problem is the water pump seal failed. So we got our brand new one here. So go ahead, get something and pull that off. I'm going to use a set of keys that seems to work good on these C-clips. There we go. Now don't lose that. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I hit my water pump shaft with a little bit of sandpaper to look for any imperfections. And what I'm looking for is roughness, anything that I could catch a fingernail on. And this shaft is nice and smooth. I got an example of one that's not as nice. This one here. And there's some roughness and pitting in the shaft, and it's not as good. So I'm keeping this shaft for sure. And here's the cause of air problem, the water pump seal. And this is actually feeling pretty stiff, like it's pretty old. One thing that I wanted to check on first is just check the orientation of the water pump, because it does matter. This is a double-faced seal, so there's a seal on this side and a seal on this side. And it looks like that side is oriented towards the outside, so that's the way I want to keep it. And a way I think works best on these seals is just get a flat blade screwdriver. It's a double seal, so get it right in between the two seals, like kind of like that on the inside. Just cross over and pinch in and pry up. Okay, so because that seal is so stiff and old, I actually pulled out the big guns here. I'm going to use a heat gun and actually heat that up. That was a tough seal to get out. It's obviously been in there for a very, very long time. And it's rock hard. So that would be why it failed. Okay, so I got a little bit of Lucas assembly lube. I'm going to use that around the edge here, kind of in the bore, to kind of lubricate this and make it a little easier to slide in. And also I'm going to use a socket that is a little bit larger, but I'm going to flip it over and just kind of press it in with that. Okay, well, I got it cleaned up. I think the best I'm going to do it right now. You know, probably going to come out with its next oil change, so I'm not worried about it at all. Yeah, let's go ahead and clean off this old gasket. Absolutely disgusting. I guess I might as well start cleaning. Okay, so I got this cleaned up as good as I think I'm going to get it. And to tell you the truth, this has to be warped somehow, because if I look at it, I can't really tell, but it's definitely warped, because what happens is if I put a regular gasket on here, and then I put this on and bolt it down, it leaks right here around the bottom, and I think what happened is the old case for this bike was cracked, and because it cracked, it actually put some pressure on this and it warped it. So I'm actually probably going to use just RTV sealant on this, even though I don't really like that. If it was my choice, I'd be using a gasket, but because it's warped, I really don't have a choice in the matter. Okay guys, let's be honest, this whole project not going as smooth as I had hoped. That water pump seal fought me trying to get it out, and I've had a few little problems with the motor. I mean, let's be honest, this bike was heavily abused before I got it. Put a lot of time and love into bringing this bike back from the dad. But that's besides the point. Right now I need to put some coolant in there. The gear oil, I need to put fresh gear oil in there. I'll probably run some cheap stuff, not the expensive stuff that I got, just to clean things up, and then dump the oil to clear everything out from in there. Yeah, so let's put some coolant in it. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Alright, so today is a brand new day. And there it is. So plans for today, I need to put fresh oil in it. The RTV should be set up enough. I topped off the coolant last night, so yeah, just put oil in it, throw some gas in it, fire it up, drain the oil, get all that sludge out of there, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Okay, so I'm gonna put some motor oil in here, and to be honest with you, probably not running the best stuff, but this is only temporary, so I'm putting ATF in there because there's detergents and starch and automatic transmission fluid. So I'm hoping this will clean up all the sludge I have in the motor. So that way, at the end of the day, when I get done riding this thing, I can drain the oil and put fresh motor oil in there. This is not the stuff that I would normally throw in there. After I get done running the stuff through there and getting it cleaned up, I'm going to put this in there, and it's going to be what stays in the motor until the next oil change. So, yeah, temporary. So don't worry about it. Okay, so just in case you guys don't know, this has got to be the coolest thing about the Tri-Z, but that's our gas tank. Leaks strawberry milk. I mean, that's legitimate. Look at that. That's strawberry milk. Wow! I've never seen that before.